Hi guys, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the third episode of our Beginner's Guide for State of Survival. This is Teddy. For this episode, we are going to talk about PvP or understanding PvP and its rules, your troop units, as well as your battle sites, and then your troop attributes, and then understanding battle reports. And the last but not the least will be the tutorial on how to use your Enlistment Office. Before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So for the first one, we are going to talk about different troop units. We have infantry, a rider, and then the hunter. We all know that, or in case some of you doesn't know, infantry in some games is also called melee or tank. And usually they are high on HP or health and defense, but are really low in attack. Infantries are also split into two different kinds, that is shields and then the shotguns. The shields have an increased defense against the bows, and those are your level 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Whereas the shotguns have an increased defense against the riders, and those are your level 2, level 4, level 6, level 8, and level 10. You can train your infantries under your barracks building. Next is rider. It is usually medium when it comes to HP or health and defense, but is higher in attack compared to your infantry. And then there are two different kinds as well. That is your bikers that cause increased damage against hunters, and they can sometimes bypass infantry to cause damage against hunters directly. And the second one is your ATV that cause increased damage against infantry. You can train your riders via your garage building in your settlement. Your last troop unit is the hunter. Usually this is the lowest troop when it comes to HP and defense, but they are also the highest when it comes to attack, or they have the best stats when it comes to attack. And this is also split into two. You will have the bows and you have the snipers. For the bows, it can cause damage against infantry, whereas the sniper cause increased damage against riders. Sometimes you can always bypass infantry to cause damage against riders directly. You can train your hunters via your range building inside your settlement. Next is your troop attributes. So you have 4 basic attributes. Those are attack, lethality, defense, and health. So your attack and lethality determine how much damage your troops are able to deal to your enemy, whereas your defense is the ability of your troops to reduce the damage they receive. And then the health, or the HP, refers to the amount of damage taken. So both of defense and health determine how long your troops will stand as your enemy keeps dealing damage. And since your infantry is your tank or your mid shield and is always in front of the combat, you need to improve the health or the HP and the defense. Whereas for the rider and hunter, since they are the main damage output on this game, you need to increase their attack, or you need to focus on their attack and lethality. Next is understanding your battle report. So every time you attack or you get attacked, you will always get this, and you can see lightly wounded, and losses. So for lightly wounded, they usually recover as soon as the troops return to your settlement, or after you get attacked. It automatically recovers. You don't need to do it in the hospital. But for the wounded, you need to heal it in the hospital if you have the wounded. For the losses part, if you are on the attacking side, all the losses are equivalent to permanent loss, or they are totally dead. But if you are defending, your lost troops can be enlisted in your enlistment office. How do you get losses? So if you're on the attacking side, you lost troops. If you are attacking, even if you're very, very strong, you will always get one of those or 2 of those. But if you wonder, how do you get wounded? So if you're on the attacking side and you get wounded, those are actually the lost troops that you had that was converted to wounded at a certain ratio, which I really don't know how much is the ratio of lost to wounded for attacking. For the defending side, you will get losses if your troops or your wounded troops exceed your hospital capacity. So it is really a must for you to upgrade your hospital building, because the amount of troops that you can heal is dependent on the level of your hospital as well as your research.
I think it's the way life changes when in love, yeah. I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see, yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more.
So once your troops exceeds your hospital capacity, they are automatically converted into losses. And these lost troops can be enlisted in your enlistment office. So how does your enlistment office works? It needs to have, you have also the capacity there, and the capacity size of your enlistment office is 4 times the size of your hospital. That's why I was saying earlier that it is really a must for you to upgrade your hospital building every time. It because the number or the capacity of your enlistment office is also dependent on the size of your hospital building. And once your enlistment office is full, the rest or of the troops that is on your battle reports, if they are not really enough to fit inside your enlistment office, they will be killed or they are be permanently die. And then you need to train new troops after that.
Take a moment to unwind, fix yourself and realign yourself with the world, baby. Breathe slow, baby.
Next is the battle type. So in PvP battle or player versus player, there are two sides, that is the attacking side or the offense side, and then the defending side or the defensive side. There are different rules in this game, especially if you are attacking different facilities as well. For settlement attacks, the one who is marching towards the settlement is on the attacking side, and then the one that is defending is on the defending or the defensive side. The one attacking will lose troops, and then the one, of course, who is defending will only get one dead, and then if he gets zeroed, his troops will go to his enlistment office. For research style attack, both sides are on defending side. It means that if it is classed as defending side or defensive type of attack, both attacker and then the defender will only get one dead and no permanent losses. For Alliance HQ and Towers attack, your Alliance members are always the defending side or the defensive side, even if you're launching attack or soloing or rallying the one that is sabotaging your towers or HQ. Invading or the invading player or the one that is inside your HQ or your towers is the one on the attacking side. It means that you're going to lose troops, as whereas on your end it's because it is your tower and you own the towers, you own the HQ, and even if you attack them, you will only get one dead until, of course, hospital capacity, and then later on your enlistment office. During capital clash, hitting or defending the main building or the towers will only result to wounded troops until it exceeds your hospital capacity. It is recommended for you guys to heal in between or do the batch healing. If you don't know how to do the batch healing, you can scroll down on my videos for the tutorial of healing as well.
Moment to unwind, fix yourself and realign yourself with the world, baby. Breathe slow, baby.
Last but not the least is your enlistment office. How to use your enlistment office. So you can only use your enlistment office if your troops wounded or lost exceed your hospital capacity. So they are automatically goes to your enlistment office for enlistment. But since I never been attacked or never been zeroed in some of my accounts, except for my account in State 35, that Casada wiped out when I was 2 weeks old, I think, and that was like 8 months ago. And I can't find the report, so I just attacked my farm just to show you guys and how your enlistment office works. So if you've been attacked multiple times and then you lost all your troops and it goes to your hospital and then your enlistment, the first thing that you're going to do is heal your troops in your hospital. You can do the batch healing, or if you are too lazy to do that, you can just heal them all at once and just use backups or speed ups. But for in my case, since this is just a farm, I don't really need to do that, so I just click heal all and leave it there. Next is click your enlistment office. So upon clicking your enlistment office, it will direct you to your interface. So duty means those are the numbers of the troops that you need to enlist. So far I have 132,213 and I need 200, and I have 224 that is free to enlist. You can either use buy caps to buy your duty, or you can use packs, but since this is a farm account, I don't really buy packs in here. There is, if you can't buy using your buy caps or using duty coins, there are also different kinds of things that you need to do to increase your duty. That would be gathering resources outside, or be active doing your daily rewards or your daily mission. Also remember that your enlistment capacity is 4 times the size of your hospital capacity. So make sure that you level up or upgrade your hospital building every time you upgrade your HQ as well.
If you find the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when in love, yeah. I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see, yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still finish in one, yeah, yeah. Memory lane, isn't that too far away from our hearts, yeah, yeah. The ones we keep close, we should never let go. So tell me who you love, baby. Take a moment to unwind, fix yourself and realign yourself with the world, baby. Breathe slow, baby, yeah. Ooh. We should breathe slow, we should breathe slow, we should breathe slow. We should breathe slow, we should breathe slow, we should breathe slow. We should breathe slow, we should breathe slow, we should breathe slow. We should breathe slow,
So that's it, guys. I hope that this video is going to help you in some way on how to familiarize some of the mechanics and the rules of this game. See you in my next videos. Bye!